I would go live since I have that function on the mobile phone now. No one is here, but that's okay. So, so I've been learning a little bit, just a little bit about the internet. And something about me is just that I'm fascinated by everything. So I just always have a big curiosity. Anyways, so because everything in the world connects, right? One thing connects to another. That's one thing that I started to realize, mostly in college. Maybe other people realized that beforehand, but in college, I really, by the different classes they make you take, I started to realize just that everything connects. So, in regards to the internet and the history of the internet, I'm sure what I'm reading may not give like the whole truth and nothing but the truth, if you know what I mean. They kind of wrap things up in a nice, tightly knit story for us. But so apparently, when the internet came out around the time of the space race, or it was being thought of before then as well. I was gonna look at my notes. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, so anyways, the program I was watching was saying that it's connected to during the space race, right? What was that, in like the 1960s or something like that? And I was thinking that, yeah, that makes sense because, like I said, I don't know a lot about this. I'm sure there's lots of people who do, but I'm just on a learning journey. So, yeah, so that made sense to me because maybe then they've really discovered the ether and how they can use the ether for wireless communication or whatever. Something like that, at least. So, okay, but this connects with the whole way that we see the earth and outer space and all of this stuff. Like everything just freaking connects. So I wanted to read this short paragraph here in this book called like Clay Under the Seal. Sorry, my thing is crooked. I should put this down somewhere. Anyways, and it's about the ether. So I was just thinking about this video I posted on my community tablet of the Trump talking about outer space and Buzz Aldrin making all these weird faces or whatever. Anyways, I'm sure that's all connected in some way, and it's all military, it's all government stuff. And then supposedly, let me click live chat. I don't know how you see the chat on the phones. It like comes up for 1 second and then it stops. All right, anyways. Yeah, I'll just read this. It says, let me turn the page. Robert B. Laughlin is an American physicist with a PhD from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He was one of the recipients of the 1998 Nobel Prize in Physics and an endowed chair in physics at Stanford University. This is what Laughlin had to say about the existence of the ether and the so-called quote-unquote vacuum of space in light of contemporary theoretical physics. So here's the quote. It is ironic that Einstein's most creative work, The General Theory of Relativity, should boil down to conceptualizing space as a medium when his original premise in special relativity was that no such medium existed. The word ether has extremely negative connotations in theoretical physics because of its past association with opposition to relativity. This is unfortunate because, stripped of these connotations, it rather nicely captures the way most physicists actually think about the vacuum. Probably had another comment there, but my phone is just flipping them, not letting me see them. Relativity actually says nothing about the existence or non-existence of matter pervading the universe, only that any such matter must have relativistic symmetry. It turns out that such matter exists. About the time relativity was becoming accepted, studies of radioactivity began showing that the empty vacuum of space had spectroscopic structure similar to that of ordinary quantum solids and fluids. Subsequent studies with large particle accelerators have now led us to understand that space is more like a piece of window glass than ideal Newtonian emptiness. It is filled with stuff that is normally transparent but can be made visible by hitting it sufficiently hard to knock out a part. The modern concept of the vacuum of space, confirmed every day by experiment, is a relativistic ether, but we do not call it this because it is taboo. And then that's the end of that quote. It is almost unbelievable that this quote from Dr. Laughlin is coming from a modern day scientist. His analysis of what they actually see through their telescope is one of the most biblically accurate descriptions of this region of dense ether located just below the glass firmament dome that I have come across. It is worth repeating that he states that the so-called empty vacuum of space, quote unquote, has spectroscopic structure similar to that of ordinary quantum solids and fluids, aka the ether, not dark matter. Space is more like a piece of window glass, in parentheses, God's firmament, than ideal Newtonian emptiness. So yeah, I just wanted to read that quote. Everything connects. So yeah, I've been enjoying learning about the history of the internet. There's other things, in the program too, such as like software and computer programming. This is just, it's all like introductory stuff. It's like, whoa, of course. It's like when you first learn or look at that kind of stuff, it's just like it's a completely different language, but I do enjoy learning about the history and the philosophical side of things that are created. And a couple interesting things was a few of the major players were actually psychologists, so that's interesting. What else did I want to mention? Yeah, learning about the whole physics thing and I don't know, like our spirituality, how we can create through what we believe. It's all super fascinating, but it's funny because I find that when like either I find people who speak from that perspective that are Christians, but then they also believe in outer space, in the way that NASA has given it to us. Or I find Christians that are more legalistic but believe in flat earth, or they quote unquote take the Bible more literally, if you will. But then on the other side, I've seen those that say the Bible is more metaphorical and what have you. But then they also believe in outer space. Like it's just weird. But it's okay because we're not going to find, I guess we're all learning. We're not going to find like one person who just like knows everything and has everything like utterly correct. So anyways, I wish I could see the freaking chat. Maybe I have to hold on to the button. Nope. Ah. Yeah, this thing. All right. Well, maybe I'll look at the comments. I don't know if they'll let me see the comments when I check after I end the video. Yeah, that sucks about the comments because that's one of the whole purposes of going live, is to actually engage with people in real time. But sorry about that. I think that's about all that I want to say for right now. All right, everyone. I hope you're having a great Saturday. Take care.